Gonna put a bright filter for tonight. Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy 2022. I'm so excited to finally following up and being here and starting our YouTube season again. I want to thank you first of all for letters, requests, and all your emails. I will make a video for just specifically answering all kinds of emails this coming week. Hello, Elizabeth, welcome. So, yeah, I just needed to take a bit of a break doing the live shows quite consistently. Some of you know that I started doing the IG, the Instagram. It's more of a light-hearted place when I'm showcasing my other passion for furs and glamour and fashion. I think I've missed, being doing girly things, um, pretty things. So if you'd like to join my Instagram page, you can just find me by Veronica Olsen on Instagram. I will post a link below, and I would love to add more messages. So I make short lives over there as well, and I would love to make more content with more um not just showing off what I'm wearing today, but maybe just have some lighthearted ideas and just topics like that. So feel free to join and request what you would like to hear if you are interested, if you're using Instagram. If not, I'm still gonna be here on YouTube. I'm so excited to be back. It always feels so refreshing to connect, and can't wait to hear from you all. Hello, John. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you too. So I'm considering this is somewhat holiday stream too. Okay, I'm jumping in the last wagon of the train. But I hope that everybody, all of you guys, took off some time of the non-stop internet and you saw some family, some friends. I hope that you had enjoyed your time off, and I think it's important to take time off to refresh your mind, to be able to digest and new information, because sometimes we have information overload and our brain really stops. It freezes and you just feel a burnout. And so I hope that all of you had a little bit of a break from my channel as well. And if you miss the content and I'm making new videos, remember that I have 1,000+ videos that you can watch. There is no way in the world that you have not that you had watched every single video. There is no, even I feel like I have not watched every single video I've made. So please remember that there is always something that you can catch up on. Yes, I'm excited about this topic today because I was thinking to make this live today a Q&A, but I know a lot of people felt had a not that easy year with all the restrictions, and a lot of people who watching my channel are in fact in long distance relationships. A lot of things had happened in the last couple of years, and the last year was not an easy one. And so I thought my little gift, so to speak, for the holidays, I would like to cheer everyone up a little bit, give you some of my thoughts and ideas and from my own experiences how to make this better. And we're talking about long distance relationships in the light of current events, when things are in the air and there is more and more drama going on. But on the other hand, I think we have some rays of light in terms of that it won't be forever, right? It won't be forever. And you guys know that I came back from Ukraine. I went for the month of October. I was hoping to stay for 2 months, but current events, I had to come back. Still, you can make travels, you can make things happen. I know it's been difficult, so we're gonna talk about this today. I'm just gonna say a few hellos, a few acknowledgements, and we're gonna get into that. Thank you. John is saying, yes, I understand this is a good topic for planning the new year. Yes. If you want me to talk about lighthearted things, once again, join my Instagram. Ramon Perez is saying, "Hi there. This is a very important topic to learn from because I'm in a long distance relationship with my Ukrainian girlfriend." Hello, Joseph. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, Jerry. Um, Sean. Hey, Diane. Good to see you. Welcome. If I'm correct, you are from Jamaica, man. Um, that sounds real good right now. I hope you are enjoying yourself and getting some good sun. Hello, Physic from Massachusetts. Okay, Joseph is heading to back to Ukraine in March. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Okay, so without further ado, without further ado, let's I see some more messages coming in. Let's get into this. All right, let's get into this. I even made notes. You know, if I made notes, it's serious. I hope I won't lose my voice. And if you have any issues, please let me know. Okay. I mean, if my connection disappears or something like that, because if we have strong winds and it's been real spotty. Diane says you have a memory of an elephant. I did the staycation last month. Well, great. I'm happy for you. Yes, I do have pretty good memory. Especially those of you who are pretty active, of course. So yes. Okay, so let's get started on this. So okay, so gosh. Well, this last year, let's just say last 2 years, were very difficult for people who are in long distance relationships. In my channel in particular, we are talking about more about international relationships with mostly with men from US and ladies from Russia or Ukraine, but it really can apply. So everybody is welcome at the stream. It can apply to any country or culture, right? Because it doesn't really discriminate. In many ways, you go through same challenges. So this year was difficult, even if you are in the same country in different states and you're trying to make things happen. So it's been challenging for many of us, and I know for many of you, as I'm saying, I got so many letters asking how to not lose the face, how to make it less painful, how to reassure the lady that she doesn't feel that you know it's over. It will, you know, that moment when it feels that things are so stagnant and they will never stop. And in terms of, for example, Ukraine, it complicates with if you had plans with visa, fiance, K1 visa. A lot of things got postponed with the C-19, if you know what I mean. So this is all it's been our reality, but I still think that things are not as bad as they look. Sharing from the example I just had a couple of months ago in Ukraine, when I entered the country, the only thing I needed really is a test result. So just keep it in mind that things look very often that there is nothing you can do, that everything is closed, but sometimes when you're actually doing it, you learn, oh, maybe it's not so bad. You know, there is a lot of discouragement for traveling, but you can still do a lot if you do your research, right? So let's get started. So first of all, you do it's only common sense, but you do need to have a vision. Even with all these changes and restrictions, we all understand that it's not going to be like this forever. I mean, they're trying to make it last forever, but it's not going to be like this forever. And I think it's really important to hold that vision, that goal, not only in your mind, but have that those conversations, in this case with your lady, let's say, no matter where she lives, you have to make sure that you have these conversations with her, that you you will feel that you're on the same page, but also I mean that she shares your vision of where you want things to go. You still need to have some time frame, and I do understand that things have been slow and postponed, but still, yes, they may be delayed a couple months here, a couple months there, but it doesn't mean that it's canceled. They, again, it may look like it will never end, but we all know that things do end. So, and things change and go back eventually to normal. So you have to have that plan and that vision and have that discussion, because a lot of you guys and men in general, you have these ideas and you kind of you know what you're working for in your mind, but you do not really discuss these ideas with her, and so she doesn't know whether you are going to follow up, whether you're gonna stick around and be with her and support her in all kinds of ways through this process, or is she just hanging to something that will never happen. And if she's really attached to you, she probably not seen many other people. So this is very, you need to realize that having those conversations, they really help to see the bigger picture. There is a reason why you want to be with somebody from maybe another city, even, even another state, another country, because you met somebody who just not only check all of the boxes, but somebody that is this maybe for you once in a lifetime person, with certain ways, that levels that you connect on. You understand, most of men who watching me, they are at least 35 plus. So you've been around, you've been out, you maybe met people, but there is something very, very special about that person. Maybe you have common values, maybe you have similar outlook on life, but most of all, guys, let's be real, most of all, you just met the woman that you always dreamed about, and it turned out that she does exist. It turned out that she actually does exist, and she maybe is even better than your dreams, because together with the attraction and appearance and all this very natural and dynamics of how we connect with each other, um she also aligns with you maybe in your interests and values, and sometimes, I truly think we can try to describe why we love somebody, why we like somebody, but honestly, the most important thing, you can never describe. You can never truly describe passion or connection with somebody. It's impossible to describe it or justify it. If you can justify why you love someone, you probably do not. uh, those things, I feel like it's, the divine higher spirit talks through you. When you connect with somebody on such level, it is really even hard to explain to somebody. You know how you try to explain someone and you lost for words, because it's so much more, you feel so much more that you can put into words. um and so you need to remind yourself that you are not just committing to this person because you have no other options, or because she has no other options, or because any other superficial reasons, but it's because that it is really that special. And maybe most special in your entire life. So it's worth it, no matter what is going to happen, to do the best you can. It's gonna be worth it in the end. And once again, having these conversations with her, to remind her, to reassure her, is very important. And I do understand that it's difficult for you. You may have issues with your work. You may have issues, with travel, with arranging the travels and all. But if you can, this is just my suggestions. Try to deal with your doubts um away from her. Meaning, try to not tell her too many doubts, because she is looking out to you for support. And when you have too many doubts, she will start to believe that you won't be able to handle it, that you don't know what you're doing, that you can't really support her. And it's not that she will judge you, but it's just in the female brain, when you have a plan and you take action and you say, no, it's going to be okay, because we are going to meet in this country, I'm getting the tickets, please make sure that you can take this week from work, like, when you're doing the groundwork and you're making plans and you have vision. I do understand that you have your moments of doubt, um and maybe sometimes a little bit of confusion, or it's only normal, right? um Try to, like, talk to your psychologist, talk to your coach, uh write in your journal, talk to me if you need to, talk to yourself on tape, but do not bring a lot of doubt, because since we do talk on my channel a lot about Slavic culture. Slavic women are still cultivating the femininity and the gender roles and all of these things. So it's really painful, to hear when the leader of this project is having doubts or regrets or something like that. Once again, I'm not telling you to deny how you feel. I'm not telling you to be a robot, but try to find a different outlet than her to tell you about problems and obstacles. Okay, she already knows that it's difficult. So this is just, it's not good or bad, it's just how it is. Plus, she doesn't know, if she never been to US or any other countries that you live in for, you living in, she doesn't know all the details, everything about your work, things you need to go through. You can give you like a general idea, but once again, don't make it too heavy. Just try to let him know that you're not gonna give up. You have a vision and you getting things ready, and you have a plan, even if the plan is postponed somewhat, right? um Once again, guys, we're talking here mostly about more masculine men and more feminine women, so it's a dynamics in that relationship. Because once you start dropping the ball, um she will either be discouraged being with you, or she will try to take it in her hands, and then she will get overwhelmed and scared, because like she's supposed to solve it now. So remember, I hope you guys are still here. And okay, I see some comments. Good. So yeah, I'm just trying to really help, because I know it is difficult. Talk to some of your friends, talk to some of your guys. You may have friends who, even married somebody from another town or another country or another state. Talk to those people to learn how they overcome these obstacles. You can share your frustrations, but don't take your frustrations on, um I mean, at least try to not to make it too complicated. Instead, come with solutions. And yes, sometimes just listen, because sometimes she's going to have sad days, because it's a really weird situation, because you committed to somebody, but yet you're not with them. And trust me, every girl, every woman have a friend, an auntie, a somebody else who do not have their best interest, and who is bringing that voice of a doubt. Oh, it's never gonna happen. Oh, he's not gonna come. Oh, it's too complicated. You should find somebody local. It's like people always seem to have time to put their nose in somebody else's business. So she already has plenty of doubts. So don't contribute. Oh my gosh, this light is so bright. Oh my goodness, I need to have this live stream in the dark glasses, in the shades. Yes, John. Well, I won't bring up your situation here, on public, but I do know that there are definitely some complexities there. Um, I don't know if you have any updates since we, talk last, but I definitely understand. John is saying, good points. Confidence matters, and I do have a vision. I do have doubts too, but I should talk to myself about the potential obstacles and don't discuss too much with her. Yeah, if you can also do one thing at a time, just you're planning something just one thing at a time. We all love to overwhelm ourselves, but it doesn't really help. It makes things worse. And remember, any obstacle any obstacle can be solved, really. The only obstacle you can solve when the door of the coffin is closed. This is an obstacle that it's too late, but anything can be solved. Just think, if two people equally want it, preferably if the man wants it more, it's always better, to my opinion. But if two people equally want it, there are no real obstacles that you cannot overcome. And especially, when you have that chemistry, that connection, that understanding, it's not, there are many millions of people in the world, but sometimes, maybe only a few times in your lifetime you meet those people with who you just connect instantly, effortlessly, and it does worth something. It is a special thing. So, but it sounds like you have a good grip on it, John. Hey, Adrian. Uh, hello. Oh, blue collar Bill. Hi, Bill. I know who you are. Welcome. Hi. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to you guys. I'm back. It's so nice to be back. I think in some ways it's harder for a woman because we are literally how to say this, we need that love and affection every single day. I mean, most of us, at least women who did not decide to completely desensitize themselves, and it's like it's so ridiculous when both men and women deny the need for each other. It's a normal thing. It doesn't mean that you're sitting there and you cannot make a step without someone, but it's just a natural need. I mean, we were born to be affectionate, to experience all these beautiful things. So it just makes me laugh when people denying it. It's undeniable. Sometimes we have times off, and those are also awesome times, because when you have time off from a relationship, you can recharge yourself and give yourself some attention as well. But no matter what, we still do need each other, and it's natural. I don't care what all these crazy people are saying. It's just as natural as as sunlight. So thank you for sharing your thoughts, guys. So I'm about to go to a few other points. John is saying, perfect timing, Veronica. We have the call scheduled tomorrow for 4 a.m. my time, 4 a.m. in the morning before I go to work. Oh my gosh, this is so excellent, because that brings me right to another point. That yes, you have to have certain times and calls scheduled. At least once a week. I would just tell you, at least once a week. And yeah, I mean, you can sometimes sketch each other and text, and with texting there is always this thing that she may be in a hurry somewhere, you may be in a hurry somewhere, and this is how misunderstanding is born. Maybe she is really feeling the need to talk to you, she really needs your reassurance, she really needs that. You would love to give it to her, but you have a phone call with your client, with your boss, uh, with whatever else, and she feels that you are cold, and you how to say this, that you denying her her need. But you would love to talk to her, but you have an appointment that you need to follow up. So in this case, just please tell her that, you're doing this, but let's talk in 2 hours, for example. Be very, very careful with this, because women are extremely sensitive, especially those who are in this long distance situation, maybe for the first time, or um, first time when they take the long distance relationship seriously. So try to show that loyalty. Even if you're in a hurry, you can still write a kind soft word and reschedule the conversation for later. But the best thing of all is to have one or two at least conversations scheduled, and preferably with at least a voice or a video. Because when you have connections, you good connection, you can't of course talk through messaging and text. But if you really want her to feel your presence when she is physically far away, but if you really want her to feel your presence closer, try to elevate it to voicemail or phone call or video chat. Once again, I do understand that sometimes you cannot do a video chat, sometimes you cannot do the voice call. You need to also consider time difference. That's why you kind of need to have this discussion for like a scheduled phone call, right? Maybe like Sunday or Saturday. But women are so, we're supposed to be and we are a lot more emotional. Things get lost sometimes in text, and also after a while you just losing that connection, because all you see is is bunch of words. If it's really hard to truly connect with text, even if those texts are amazing. Just surprise her. You don't even need, I do love the option of the voice messages, because you don't need to call somebody without permission. Maybe she cannot talk at that moment, but when she was supposed to read your message and she got a voice, she can actually hear your voice. And if you do matter for her, hearing your voice is very calming, and she feels that you took time to connect with her and make sure that she doesn't only read the message, but it's not only what you write, but how you write it. You need to know the person really well to imagine their voice when you read in the message, right? You need to know somebody really, really well to imagine in your mind how they would say that. And sometimes there could be a misunderstanding when in the voice you can say the most simple good morning and wish her a good day, but the tone of your voice can make huge difference. Especially use it when there are some certain events going on. Maybe she has some milestone celebrations, or the other way around. Maybe that somebody's in the hospital, or she going through certain challenges. Messages, texting is not enough. I just want you to understand that. I do not recommend you to just randomly call somebody. I mean, not somebody, but I do not recommend you to call her at times when it is night over there or she's at work. But that's why you use your mind, and you maybe have, as I said, at least one phone call or connecting time when you are able to talk and hopefully see each other with the video chat, but at least to talk with the voice, and that she can share things with you this way. But for her, seeing that you care and you want to convey your message the best way possible, it does mean a lot. I can tell you that as a woman. It does mean a lot. There is a big difference between a written message, which can be very sweet too, but the voice makes difference, especially if she loves your voice. If she hates your voice, then maybe she's not the one. You know, there is nothing more unpleasant than hearing the voice you don't like, but hopefully that is not the case, right? Oh, great to hear that, John. It's almost like, I feel like you almost like as if you ordered this video for today. Um, Johnny signs, thanks, Veronica. I do have understanding, and I wrote everything out today for 22. And I was almost ready to drop this on her. You helped me. Tomorrow, now I speak in general and just focus on the next step. Yes, that is the best, because when you give too many steps, too much information, she will decide it's too complicated, and she will, when it's too many details, too many things to do, it feels like, oh, it will never get done. When in case, when you take you do have to have a vision, but when you take, step after step, it doesn't feel like it's more of a bite size. It doesn't feel as overwhelming. um if you suffer, if you ever had anxiety about something, you know how sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, there are so many things, so many hoops you need to jump through. Somebody says you missed my question. Well, you know that I don't owe to answer your question. So I answer questions the way I see them, and I answer what I want, and don't answer what I don't want or what I didn't get to. If you want your question to be answered, you can highlight it with a super chat, and then it will be answered. You don't have to do it. It's not a requirement, but you can't tell me or demand me what I miss. I can miss whatever the hell I want to miss. So yep, that's reality. If you're not ready to be, if you are new to the Slavic culture, this is like this. You can have a very feminine woman that when you cross the line, that's what you're gonna get. So, could be not for you. You just sometimes have to use common sense. It really helps. Especially when somebody coming out and sharing a lot of things and things into depths. You have to be a little bit more tactful and find a way to ask things again politely, because nobody owes you anything. So remember that. Remember that, honey. I can only see so many questions at once. Philip is saying if she hates my voice, she should just say so and get it over with. Oh my goodness. Well, if she hates your voice, well, guys, if she hates your voice, you have a bigger problem than communication. If she really does not like your voice, then maybe God, I cannot. Maybe maybe you should not waste your time, because you can't truly be connecting with somebody and love someone and do not love their voice. Voice is one of the things that you love. um there is nothing like the voice of the person that you in love with, or the person that is special for you. There is nothing like their voice. So if she hates your voice, that's a whole different conversation. Or thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, let's see. How do I find it? Don't see it here. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thanks for the super chat. Here's to a better year now in 2022. Forgetting 2021 is the best way to move ahead. My hopes that this year is your best one yet. Veronica, take care. Thanks, Dan. Thank you so much. Um, I have every year is the best year for me. Seriously. But thank you so much. Of course, you always looking for more things and more dreams and things come true. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the new year tip or new year little gift. Appreciate that. I hope that you have an amazing year as well. Um, very happy to still do sort of a holiday stream. So thank you so much for brightening up the conversation with that. Thank you. And hopefully that 2022 will be for everyone a year you don't want to forget. How about that? Remember, guys, that no matter what's going on outside of you, you can always make it better. I believe in all kinds of like magic that you can create without the outer sources. I truly do believe that despite of what's going on outside, the restrictions, the craziness, you can always create something beautiful between you and special people in your life, even if you're separated. Oi! Oh my gosh, this is the bell. So the bell is agreeing with me. I would say that in some ways, this been I couldn't say that it's been either of these years been bad for me, because if you're watching my channel, we are making the most of things. There were definitely losses, but there are also new doors that are always open. So I think one thing that we need to train ourselves is to look out for those new things that are opening up and not just be only fixated on the losses. But anyways, thank you again. Thank you again. It's really fun to celebrate a little bit with you guys here. Oh, hello, Northern USA. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Northern USA, I know you've been watching me forever. And you're saying that just broke up after 4 years due to lack of communication stemming from long distance and modern politics. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Communication is definitely the key. Happy 2022. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you just broke up with somebody. No matter if whose initiative it is, it's always difficult, but you always sound very wise, and your messages are always, very logical, and sometimes things just really do not meant to be for longer. I truly do believe, this is my deep belief, that people who are meant to be together, nothing can break them apart. Nothing. So sometimes you realize this person is not part of your destiny. Maybe you were riding together for a while, but if that was meant to be, you probably would find a way to communicate. And I don't know, like, in which stage you are at now of how do you feel mentally, but knowing you a little bit on my channel, I know that you're gonna do well, and hopefully you will be after some time with somebody who is on the same page with you. Because having political differences, that would be, or outlooks on life differences, that would be a struggle for many of us, right? I think it's really important to be on the same page. I mean, so, but thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you so much for coming out. It's always nice to have you on the stream. Okay, I'm gonna do a last comment to this person that thinks that I should answer the question. I don't care how simple or complicated your question is. I do not answer all the questions just because I cannot do some many things at the same time. And also, you don't get to tell me what I need to do on my own stream. I'm gonna say this again. You can suggest something, or be polite and ask, but you don't get to tell me how I need to do my own live stream. Okay? Just a side note. Thanks. Thank you, Northern. Yes. And another thing, if in 4 years your relationship did not progress anywhere, that is probably a cutting off point anyway. If you still have, issues with a understanding and communication, and it was long distance, it's too long of a time to not make it happen. So think about that. Yes, we keep it real over here. I'm not, we're not babysitting each other. It's a grown people channel. Ramon is saying, this year I told my girlfriends that we must plan together because otherwise it won't work out. And she agreed. Well, obviously, it takes two to do it, but it's always best if you take the initiative. Like, for example, if you have an idea of a meeting, you don't just throw that, oh, we should meet, but you maybe like you give your three options. Hey, I'm off in January from this time to this time. I am off. I can come to you these days. You can come to me this. So you really, you create the initiative, and then she has some options, and you can of course discuss together. But a lot of times the problem was, I think modern men especially, that you have this idea, but there is like no date or vision on this idea. So you're saying, yeah, I'd love to see you, but I mean, what does it mean? Does it mean that she needs to fly over the ocean, or you're gonna fly? Like, you have to do some groundwork and, yes, figure out how that would fit into her life. And she will work with you. But I still think that man is still as the leader, at least for women that I am representing. You still making moves, and she needs to have something to follow, because when she has to come up with all the ideas, it's not nearly as fun. You can discuss things, but it's always more fun when you take the lead. Hey William, William Brown. Hi. By the way, I was taking a little vacation. I just saw your email. I will respond to you this week. You ask some funny questions for sure. William is asking, Happy New Year, Veronica. Is it normal for Slavic women to lie? Well, I mean, what do I say to this one? Oh my gosh, please. They actually say that everybody is lying at least like what, 8 times an hour or something. Thank you for the question. I think you and I should talk off the YouTube, because your situation does not look very promising. I'll just give you that hint. That is a worldwide worldwide moral issues. And there are different kind of lie. There are white lies when you just slept in that morning, and you needed time to get ready, so you say something, so because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, but it could be something a lot bigger. So I don't think that is describing any nationality. But in case of your situation that I won't share here, but things that you send me, you may really consider to invest in education, which you can do with me or with anybody else who doing similar topics on YouTube or I don't know anywhere else, because I see a major concern if you want to know. Or you can take your own time and try to put some logic and see where it will lead you. It is more difficult to see things when you are in them, but it's not impossible. I wouldn't say that it's impossible. So, but anyhow, all women tell little white lies. Well, not just women. I think as you mature, I feel that, as you mature, you feel more confident and you don't necessarily um, feels the need to explain yourself. This is one thing that I really like about evolving and maturing is that you don't, if let's say you are invited to a party and you decided that you don't want to go. One amazing thing I've discovered quite a few years now is that you don't have to say that somebody's sick, that your car is not working. You can just say, I'm sorry, I cannot make it this time. That was so liberating because in our Slavic culture, if you're not showing up to somewhere, people will literally investigate you and ask for every detail, and it needs to be some huge reason. But what I'm learning is that you don't owe anything to anybody, especially if it's social events, because you have your own life and your own family and responsibilities. So you can say that this is not a priority for me and I won't be able to make it, but I hope to make it next time. So you don't really have to do a lot of white lies, but white lies definitely do exist. And I think um, a lot of people really do not need to use them as much, right? I think that we can really be a lot more content with our decisions. I don't know how, when did I discover that? I remember we were invited somewhere and I actually was sick, but I didn't want to, talk about that because all of a sudden, you don't want to share too many personal details. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, what we gonna say? What we gonna say? And I was told, you're just gonna say you cannot make it this time. It's like, wow. But honestly, this was at least 7, maybe even 8 or 9 years ago. So great discovery. In Slavic culture, we are thriving on guilt. So that's why you always feel like either saying the truth or coming up with something big. I just think that being able to tell the truth is really liberating, and you don't have to, like, if you're like me and you have terrible short memory, so imagine how uncomfortable it's gonna be if you said one thing, did another, and then when you're retelling the story, you're gonna look like a fool and it's not even worth it. So yes, just own your decisions and your time so you don't have to do a lot of it. Yet please be consider that ladies do have often innocent little lies, but hopefully it's just little things that shall not be discussed. Oh, thank you so much for a super chat. Mark, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And Mark is saying, I have a girl in Australia. I met here in US, and we had a good time together. But now with it's impossible to meet her again. Yeah, I know in Australia things are. I've heard at least. Well, I don't know if it's really impossible. I've heard again that things are not the best, but hopefully it won't be like this forever. I think one of the options, and that was one of my other points, is that there are third countries, not your country, not her country, where you can meet. This is what a lot of my subscribers and clients are doing. They are meeting uh oh jeez. Somebody said about 2024. So a lot of my clients and people are meeting in the third world countries, or not third world, gosh. Well, third world countries too, but generally the countries with less restrictions. You know, you gotta do your research. Once again, I'm not expert on Australia. I did hear crazy things about it, but it's you will have to make a research and then take a decisions. If you feel like there is absolutely no futures, and you know what to do. But remember, you are on this channel and there is a post-Soviet ingenuity. Is it ingenuity? You know, when you get real creative with things. Okay, Australia is set to end its lockdown in 2024. Wow, why not in 2054? I think that would be more exciting. You know, you can get your retirement, or if you're already in a coffin, you know, they can open the the coffin and say, hey, by the way, come back, it's over. Maybe we'll put you in a, maybe they should put people in refrigerators so you can be refrigerating there for a bit. For like 10 years. It'll be fun. Then in 10 years you come out, you still well preserved and fresh. And a lot of new things had happened. Good Lord. Sean is saying, I'm lucky we haven't had any major lockdowns or restrictions where I am. It's boring here, but I like that. Yeah, I hear you. Uh, I would, I can kind of relate to that. We don't have, here in US, in Michigan, we don't really have much restrictions except for like governmental state places. You need to still do the face diaper, but I don't know, I just don't go there. But overall we don't have much currently. I mean, I don't even think about it. It really helps. You know, I feel like when people put on TV, it's like, you know, you have poison, and to make sure you get really affected by it, you get, oh, you know, I need to get my daily dose of poison, and you know, you happen on TV to listen to the screaming heads to get your dose of anxiety, poison, or depression. I think, you know, the best thing in the world is just to ignore the whole thing, and and yeah, just ignore it, especially if you do not live in these extreme places. Like, it's not even on my mind. You know, I see sometimes people, you know, wearing those weird things on their faces, like when they driving along in the car, when they walking, like hiking and walking, but you don't have to do it, right? I mean, it's been, you would never know how illogical people are before this happened, right? Like, it would never occur to none of us how illogical people are. But the only thing you can control is you and your environment. Like, again, I'm not even thinking in about this at all. So highly recommend that. Yeah. It's really a great time to focus on your goals, to do your things, and not to spend more time to get yourself some fear and anxiety for no reason. And I have Joseph here, myself, also I think Bill too. We all, you know, traveled across the ocean without following all of these things, and it was a bit of a challenge, but everything still had happened. You know, everything still unfolded well. So um it's not as bad as they're trying to make it look. Thank you for the super chat again. Um way off to kick way to kick off 2022 with a good long distance relationship. Well, yes. Um hopefully with a good strategy for a long distance relationship. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you guys for your little new year treats. It's been really a challenge for me to come on live because it's been a while since I've been making short lives on my IG. They are not really for this topic. I'm just doing slightly different thing over there, but um it was a challenge to really do this again because each time you take a break from something, it's a little bit difficult to come back. So I truly do appreciate your support tonight. It really means a lot to me, for real. Plus, you know, it's dark and it's winter, and unlike in summer, you full of energy till like 11 or 12 p.m. a.m. In the winter months, I don't know about you guys, me, I love my blanket. I love just enjoying being super cozy and just, you know, hibernating. So that's why that's why sometimes, you know, but I think it's a natural thing. I think we do need to recharge and sometimes, you know, put some music on, have some, you know, family time, some sweet time, eh, and enjoy it. There is a reason why we tend to hibernate, because I think our body is trying to save some energy, physical and mental. So it is hard to start doing it again, but I've felt it's enough of a break. So I appreciate, once again, thank you so very much for your support tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Bill, for the super chat. And yes, it is a great way to kick off a better strategy. If so happened you um through this last year or year before you got into long distance relationship and thing got postponed, but you still trying to make things happen, I do think it's a good video, and maybe I should do a short summary of it for other people that may not be able to watch the whole live. But I wanted to do a live because I wanted to connect with you guys. That's why. Get an electric blanket. um I've heard about it, but I prefer other things that keeps me warm. I've heard that it's good. There are also weighted blankets. I've heard about it, but I think we all have our special needs, and different ways to meet those needs. But thank you for a suggestion. I don't know, maybe I'm not saying the hibernating. You know, it's like a bear hibernates in the winter. That's what I mean. Like when you just like slowing down a little bit, saving your energy, and you know, um having some cozy time. We actually don't have H sound in Russian, so I'm not sure what you ask. And sorry if I say this word incorrectly. Could be. Oh, this is a very good point. Philip says that long distance relationship is better than a bad short distance, for sure. I think there is nothing worse than living with a person and being with a person that you do not want, you do not love, and that you suffer every day. Because when you are free, you have a choice. You can be here today, there tomorrow. You come home. Nobody is making, nobody's triggering you. You don't have to overcome yourself and smile. You don't have to live in pain. You don't have to endure any kind of abuse. So yeah, I think nobody should be in a bad relationship or dreaded relationship. But I also know that sometimes people get very comfortable with familiar things. And even though this relationship is killing them every day a little bit, the discomfort of the new and the change is somehow scarier than the comfort of pain, of known pain, the pain of known devil. But that's a whole another topic. And I think there is no one fit all. Everybody, you just have to figure out your what you gotta do. Nobody can really decide anything. I think the biggest sin in life, when it comes to relationship, is to stay in a situation when that relationship is dead, literally like a dead horse. um it's like it's over, it's dead, but you stay in it and you both suffer, and you think you're doing it for your kids, but they also suffer. They will tell you about this later. And also to kill the love you have for somebody while it's alive, for the reasons and obstacles that you can overcome because of how special it is for you. You could overcome all these obstacles, but you choose to kill something that is, alive and blossoming. Kind of like if you have a tree that's supposed to start blossoming in spring, but you had a warm day in winter, and the trees start to blossoming in the middle of winter, with the beautiful, beautiful blossoms, but then the cold comes and kills it. So I think it's really awful when people decide to kill something really beautiful just while it's alive. It's very painful, for sure. So I think we do have that inner guidance inside of us for a reason, for a reason. And we can listen to people and ideas, but it always comes down to your own unique experience inside of you. I think I'm not sure if I shared ever this before, maybe I did, but I think like relationship between men and women, it's a live being of itself. It's like a third invisible but beautiful power that both people feel, especially in the beginning. Because in the beginning, there is a reason why you don't see each other's flaws. Because in the beginning, you see the most divine part of the other. You see that magnetic, true, very authentic part of the other person. But then when you get closer, you move your focus from the divine, beautiful vision, and you see like, oh, he didn't put his cup correctly, oh, he's making these noises when he eats, and blah blah blah. So you refocus from what you saw, that light that you saw, you refocus it on all the thousands of little, not really important negative things. And then the divine visions is that that being is not protected anymore, and all these things affected. And basically you need sometimes to force your brain to refocus and remember when you fell in love for the first time with that person, what have you felt, what have you seen, and just remind yourself. So you keep that light being alive, if that makes sense. I know I have a lot of men on the stream, so you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but trust me, there is a reason why certain things feel almost like some magical not, I wouldn't say drug, but it's just you can't explain those feelings, and they come because we do focus on the most important and beautiful part of the person when we meet them, and then we say, well, tell me about yourself. And this is where so where it's over. So yeah, too many questions are not always a good thing. Okay, this is a classic live stream today. But I will consider to make a short video with the precise tips on the communication and how to really make things better. Thanks, Jeanette. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank Thanks, welfare leech. That's a very interesting topic. I mean, very interesting um, nickname. John is saying if a frog placed in a warm pot and you turn up the heat slowly, he will boil himself to death before he jumps out. Sometimes that frog is a man in a bad marriage. Yeah, sometimes. Long distance relationship give one a chance to work on being a better person. Um, yeah, in a way. If there were some things that you wanted to change, and you not you understand that you can have that little bit of time to make some changes, at least some mindset changes, yes. But I don't think that the self-improvement work is ever done, so I would not postpone having certain experiences and meeting people because you're working on yourself, because that process is never done. But long distance relationship that give you some time to prepare for something. It's true. um let's say you want to get rid of some of your habits, you know they are not very pleasant, so you can make a plan and use the time, use that advantage of, you're not going to see somebody for another month or two or three, and you want to get rid of some habits that are bad. So yeah, I mean, you can do certain things for sure. But in general, a lot of women ask, like, should I lose weight before I start dating, or like, should I, guys also sometimes worrying about certain things. But I think um you can't really postpone life, so you can do things as you achieving your goals. I mean, this is just my vision on that. First impression lasts a lifetime unless you have a dementia. Yeah. Yeah. Dementia is quite a concern right now in our country over here. I mean, US, but we won't go into it. Dementia is getting normalized, but we'll pass. We'll move past that point. Somebody says, maybe I can get a Ukrainian girlfriend to keep me warm. I don't know. Can you? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Mark is saying, have heard Russians saying hamburger like hamburger. Yes, yes, right. We say H like G. True, true. So I should say guibernating. I'm guibernating. I got you. What you were saying. Okay, my dear friends, let me look at some of more of my notes before we finish. Oh my God, I didn't want to go for so long, but that's okay. Oi, but that's okay because it's been a very long time. Thank you for the compliments and kind words. And again, guys, thank you so much for supporting because, uh, as I said, you always feel like you're doing this for the first time, even if you're not. Seriously. I almost felt like, reaching out for some encouragement today to do a live show. Seriously. So this just tells you how important it is to practice things consistently, right? Mm, attention deficit disorder, yeah, I think with social media and notifications, it's definitely a problem. And that's why, guys, that's actually going to lead me to a very good point. So, when we talk about communication in a long distance relationship, for example, you have to understand that the person on the other end, even though they missing you, even though they want to connect with you, they want to feel that you're thinking about them, you have to understand that they also have their agenda for the day. They are trying to accomplish something. Maybe they a caregiver, maybe they are studying or having uh, a career, a job they are working. So one of the things that consistent texting and consistent notifications can sometimes be a distraction, and subconsciously she will connect your messages with frustration of not being able to get anything done. So when you send a message, do not be selfish and understand if she replies um, later, if she replies in some hours, maybe she's taking a nap, maybe she's working second shift, maybe she is taking care of someone. You have to understand that having that control, or you did not reply my message in, if you have to try to imagine her lifestyle and what she's doing through the day, and consider the time difference. You just have to agree that, I have agreement with people who I'm in touch, and sometimes it's like not even a written agreement, of course, but it's like unspoken agreement that we answer when we can, because it is very selfish to um expect instant answer. Of course, it's wonderful if you are connecting with somebody you want to talk to, somebody that you really looking forward to that exchange, that conversation, and they reply you and you feel like, oh, they have some time, and so happen you have some time. It is the most beautiful thing, there is no doubt. But just understand that you cannot be so selfish that you can sit there and bombard them with messages and take it personally, uh, or they did not reply. You just understand that to get anything done, we need to have that focus. And I think that attention deficit disorder will really increase with consistent notifications. It's like, I mean, some of you may or may not be able to relate, but it's like having a newborn. Like when you have a newborn, you're kind of like living on a volcano, because you do not belong to yourself. You belong to the newborn, because every sound, every move, you are alarmed. At least women, most women went through this experience where you can't even sleep at night well, because you always alarmed. You don't know when the baby will need you, so you always alert. Some ladies are losing their deep sleep ability, or becoming very sensitive sleeper after they become a mother, because of that alertness, because it's just a instinct, right? So you don't want to add more stress. So just have this agreement that when she sees it, that she still has life. She can be out with her family, she can be out with her friends, she can be going to events, taking care of her responsibilities, without worry that, oh my god, I did not respond his message, now he will assume that I'm ignoring him, or that maybe I found somebody better, or whatever. So if you do not have that kind of trust and understanding, that will be a challenge. But I think that usually people have kind of their pace. how they communicate, and I think it's a good thing to stick with it, and just having a human understanding that you want her to live life meanwhile before she is with you, so she cannot be glued to her phone to make you happy because you want to text all day, right? Think about that. Okay, so there is another point, guys, that I want to bring up, and it's kind of having like a, like a physical, um not proofs, but not necessarily manifestations, but physical science of your relationship with this particular woman. So it is hard enough that you cannot see each other every day and do things. You talk, you stay in touch, but we all live in the material world, right? We have computers, like homes, furniture, cars. We have things that help us function, and we have daily things we encounter, and a lot of them are material things. So you want to have do a little bit of material things for her while you are in long distance. Now that requires some trust, and it has different levels. But what I would like to point out is, sending flowers, even if it's cost 3, 4, 5 times more than if you would be there and you can buy your fresh flowers, it's a lot more than the effect of doing that is a lot more than the money spent, because that just a beautiful reminder to her that you are thinking about her. You want her to feel loved. You want her to feel cherished. You want her to feel special. And the obstacle of you, ordering something, oh my gosh, the obstacle of you, ordering that flower arrangement is not an obstacle for you, because you know that it will make her day, it will uplift her, that she will feel special, and it's like a physical something that she can hold in her hands that came from you, right? So depends on the nature of your relationship and how long you know each other. These things are very important. Seriously, they truly are very important. It can be any other little things. If you know each other really well and you maybe engaged already and you're working toward being together, there is a question of supporting her. For example, in my case, back in time, I went through that because I quit working because I wanted to spend my like last year in Ukraine with my family, so I quit working. So I felt that actual financial support, but it gave me an idea that this man is just not just wasting my time, because men unless you invested in a woman on many levels, you do not really love her. You may want to spend time with her, you may want to I don't want to say use her, but but when you are invested, she also knows that you are serious, because it's an investment in her everyday life, so you make her life easier and better. But this really comes when you have trust with her, when you know her. And a lot of men make a mistake with you know supporting the person that doesn't even exist. So this is where you get your education, so you understand the difference. But in a real actual relationship, if you are truly committed to each other and you're working on something, she needs to feel your presence, from such beautiful romantic things such as flowers or candies or little gifts, to actual support that she can say that yes, I do have a man, it's not just like my imagination, right? So but I afraid sometimes to say this on my channel because a lot of people will become victim of a scammer and then tells that uh, they were advised to do so. You have to be smart, and if you want me to help you to decipher what it is, where you're at, I can help you if you need that. If you want reassurance, if you have doubts, um, I can help you with this. Or again, you can take your time and make your own research. Yes, hi Roger. There are some good places in Kiev, Ukraine, where you can order from a local flower shop. It is, guys, it is very, very special when, like, on Tuesday, on a great day, and you're thinking about someone and you open your door and you have flower delivery. It's a beautiful feeling. And, you just kind of inspires that femininity to thrive. And she really does feel you think about her. Another thing that you could do, you can if you are good with singing, or you are good with creating anything audio, anything beautiful that you can create, uh you can send that to her as well. Like, there's really no limits. You need to use your heart, your imagination, to let her know how you feel about her. Because this is the thing, I don't know if I said it today or not, but this is the difference between men and women. When the woman goes somewhere, she left for a couple of hours, you're totally fine with that. You know that she's gonna be back, and she just in the next room. Even if she traveled over the ocean, she's there, she's in the next room, she's not going anywhere. A lot of times, right? Because you feel confident about it. But for women, when you go to the next room, she feels that you left. If you did not pick up the phone, sometimes she feels it's forever. If you did not respond to text, sometimes she feels it's forever. Especially if you are in a different places, right? And you have big gaps in your communication. She doesn't hear from you. She doesn't feel you care and love and attention in some ways. She think you will never come back. You done. You disappeared. It's over. Especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning, like, maybe not every girl, of course, but a lot of ladies feel like, oh, he forgot about me. It's over. We have more need for that, emotional call, babying. It's like, especially when you trust that man, when you really, he makes you feel special. And once again, maybe it's your first experience, you don't know really the dynamics of this relationship. So he goes to another room, you feel like he left. He goes to another city, you feel that it's over, he forgot about you. Or he either forgot, or he moved on, or he has somebody else, and he has no idea about that. So you want to always reassure. Just, you have to use your own creativity. Definitely creativity is needed in long distance relationships. So I have only one more point, and oh my gosh, I hope not to go uh way too late. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm really, really happy to have you on the video today. So yeah, John is saying, wow, that's a lot of trust, Veronica, for you to leave your job before you have K1 even. Well, we were applying for K1, in the process. Yeah, I mean, it was not, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was, it kind of came naturally, honestly. What is the point for me to go to work when, back in time, guys, some of you know my story, but what was the point for me to go to work, to spend all my energy when I'm not planning to stay in that country? And spending time with my loved ones, with my family, with my friends is going to be much harder. It's going to be different once I move. So he offered that and I agreed. I did have full trust that he's not just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna support you for a month and not not support you the next one. But if that would happen, I would just get another job. But you guys may guess that I'm very entrepreneurial, so I was still doing things. I just stopped going to 9 to 5 sort of work and just being able to have freedom to enjoy things and spend time with my family. But I mean, that really came natural. It wasn't like it just, when you are with the right person at the right time, things just, it's not, you don't really force things. They just unfold one after another. Hey, Jim, good to see you, my friend. Yes, it's a very good idea. Roger is saying I'll be ordering something for my girl in Ukraine for Ukrainian Christmas. Yes. So Ukrainian Christmas is January 6th and January 7th. And Jim is saying I have terrible penmanship, yet she was thrilled to receive a letter from me, ignoring my chicken scratch. Yeah. Well, guys, again, when you look at somebody with, when you're in love with somebody, like literally, whatever they do seems to be amazing. Even if it's not objectively amazing, it seemed to be amazing. That is like the most amazing thing about, when you fall in love or you have certain like feelings about somebody. It's like the world all of a sudden, it's like somebody, adds that color. Everything is so beautiful. I think we need that. We need that. This is my bell. I have this glass bell over here. So it's so pretty. And it's a green with all of my points. That's, the whole point of falling in love, that, the beauty is in the eye of a beholder. I'm learning more and more and more. And gentlemen, be with a woman that see beauty in everything. It's really an amazing experience because, life sometimes not always goes as planned, and sometimes there are disappointments, and sometimes there are dark times. But being with a woman that sees beauty in everything is an amazing experience. And it's a good thing for you if she has if there is a beauty in her eye, when she looks at things, because one day she'll be looking at you and you won't be looking as good. So she will ignore. I truly do believe when people are the smartest thing to like look at each other when you are close is like that, like through the hand, it's like I see you, but I don't want to see everything. We're gonna leave a little bit of mystery. Yes, Skype video chat. Yes, you know, Jim, Skype is almost like a vintage thing now. We have so many more, but it still works. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just love this bell. I don't know. I just move my chair, and I guess that's what happens. So I do have another point. Angel's agreeing with you. Thank you, John. Yes. Roger is saying several companies making beautiful pop-up cards. They're very impressive when you send them, and they're an expensive gift to send. Yes, but guys, when it comes to also like expensive in inexpensive, you have to understand if you are over 12 years old, like as if you were a man, you want to have the romantic touch, but you also want to show that you are investing in something. And it's not because she needs your money. She may have, mm, she may not need anything. She may have more than you know, right? Or she may not necessarily need something. But um, just my suggestion, if you send a card, um, you can have the sentiment in the card, but you can also have a gift. You guys know we come from Slavic culture. For us, it's important when men are doing beautiful gestures. And once again, it's it's so distorted now because of this internet stuff, but or internet scammers and all. But this is, you have to understand that our culture is a lot older than American culture. It goes, the roots of it goes in thousands, thousands of years. So um, it is wonderful to get a combination of a sentiment of a beautiful thing, but also depends on your situation. Think about some valuable, meaningful things. By the way, I talk about gifts on my Instagram profile, which is my name there is still Veronica Olson. You can find me there. I do talk about the gifts and the symbolism of them. Then again, when the person truly does, when the woman truly is into you, she will love everything that you do. Everything. That is true. It just, I want you to show up in your best light. I just want to say, for example, I was consulting a girl here in US. I don't have too many ladies I talk to, but I have some. And she was saying that, on Christmas, her long distance admirer just sent her a card, just a card. Here in US, you can go and get a gift. You can get some kind of gift card, just to any place, right? So if you send a card in US, when you can put a card and a gift card. So you can show that you are not 12 years old and you want her to go and have a good time. Maybe she can go to the spa, maybe she can go get her some, Sephora makeup, maybe she can go to Macy's, maybe she can go have dinner with her friends. But I think it's just a real nice touch. And I think that every gift, or every point of, every the way you show your attention says a lot about you. So of course, make sure that what you do aligns with you. Don't do just something because so and so said that, right? You have to feel, yeah, I want to send her. Yes, there are electronic gift cards for sure. Amazon. I just yeah, I mean, they are real easy. I just got an unexpected one, just from a well, it doesn't matter, but they are super easy. So you can think about what experiences you would like her to have, right? Maybe you would like her to go and have a spa. Maybe you would like to go, get her new clothes. You have to know that Slavic women love to dress up. Like, it's important. We never have anything to wear. We never have enough. But it's not a bad thing, because after all, you'd rather be with a woman that wants to look beautiful rather than with a woman that will go and get herself another burger and bunch of French fries, right? You understand that beauty is an investment. So The bell just rang again. But of course, once again, you need to make sure that whatever imagination, whatever experience you would like her to have, you can gift it to her. Um, I do have to say that getting a handwritten card in mail, it's a pretty magical experience. So by no means I am, denying that. I think it's a wonderful thing to send a beautiful handwritten card. It's amazing. It's an amazing sentiment. But being from where I'm from, don't forget to add something to it if that's aligns with your beliefs. Remember, what I suggest you is not good or bad. I'm trying to give you the winning plan when you stand out over other men, because if you like a woman, you have to realize that you're not the only one, right? Because um if no one else would be pursuing her, why would you? Right? So you always in a silent competition, and smart women never talk about it. They don't say, or, this guy is, this other man is trying to pursue me, or this, they don't talk about it, but they just looking at the actions. Don't want to spill all the secrets, but yes. When it's a right girl, it's enjoyable to give you nice gifts. I totally agree with that. That's why I always tell you, go with your feeling. You should not be given financial support or gift to a woman because she's asking you. You should give it to her because you couldn't do it any other way. You feel that any opportunity you can invest in her, support her, make her feel special, surprise her. You are looking for these opportunities. You are trying to find them. If she is hinting and she is asking you for things, most likely it's not a good start. If you know her, it's a bit different, but still, it should come from you. If it comes from you, you know how I feel that true love and connection between people is when you it's almost like you are competing with each other who makes uh it's like who makes more beautiful things for each other. Is that, I don't know how, I'm getting tired now, but um so it's like a competition. She wants to please you in her ways. She wants to notice something about you, tell you something, call you some gentle names. You are thinking and kind of brainstorming what could make her smile, what could make her excited. It's like it's a competition who can make each other happier, trying to do these things. So it's a beautiful, beautiful dynamic, and when you have it, you know it. There is no doubt when you have it, because it's truly is a beautiful thing. All right, so Ramon says, no wonder my lady told me that receiving gifts are important, not only on special occasions. And after that, I spoil her a lot. Guys, I want to tell you something. There is nothing like getting like a flower arrangement like on a like rainy Tuesday without no occasion. I mean, with no specific occasions. There is nothing like opening your email or your voicemail and hearing the words of love, something special, romantic, without like expectations. There is really nothing like that, because when there are holidays, again, the bell, You know, when there are the holidays, there is often also pressure because, you know, you are thinking, oh my gosh, what do I get for her? She's like expecting, hoping you remember. It's like there is certain pressure sometimes, you know. When you get things because you felt like it's a day, because you were thinking about her, and just your whole existence want to give her a little bit of that fairy tale, you know, whether it's maybe you wrote her a song, you know, and you made it, you sent it a beautiful song that you made or you created, or you wanted to send her flowers, or you want to send her whatever that is. It's like it's that beautiful impulse. And sometimes you can guess when she had maybe a bad day and she had a little bit, you know, a turbulent time, and maybe she was a bit worried about how this all gonna pan out. And you know, here you go, you had that impulse and it just hit the nail on the head, you know. She opened her door and she got her surprise, or you know, she got something special. I cannot tell you how that changes the chemistry. Just we are like that, you know. I mean, it's bad or good, but we are like that, you know. We believe in things that no grown person should believe in, but you want to be with a woman that still believe in magic, because then she will bring that magic into your life. You know, we need that. You know, I don't believe we were born just to like get up, do tasks, you know, jump through the hoops, then come home, watch TV, and then die. I think we were made for more. We were made to have to experience certain things before it's, you know, time to depart. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Um, oh, thanks, James. Thank you so much. You are very sweet. Thank you for your generous support. Um, and Jim is saying, after discovering your page, I compared your advice with how she responded to me. We are the best friends, hoping it leads to much more. Yes. You know, that's the only thing. You do your best, and being in long distance really gives you the opportunity to learn a lot about the person. So building a good solid base, you know, of communication and trust is, you know, one of the things that you can do if you're consistent in a long distance. You know, sometimes people who live together, they don't even talk, or they don't talk anymore, because they feel like they know everything about each other, and they're like, oh, I have a headache, and I'm gonna watch this game. Like, I've never understood how people connecting near the TV. Like, for me, it's a mystery. Like, if you want to kill me, if you want me to die, if you come back, if you know the if the times that's supposed to be, you know, connecting and talking and, you know, enjoying each other's company gonna be near TV, I think there are better ways to die. Seriously. Like, there are better ways to end this all than connected near TV. So a lot of people, a lot of times people who live together, they just, at some point certain things happen and they stop sharing. So you may know a lot more about the person and feel a lot more about the person that lives, you know, across the ocean than the person that lives right next to you, because it's closed, it's done. But that's for another conversation. Thank you again, James. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you are, you know, one of my very loyal subscribers, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Get her something she didn't know existed. Well, yeah, as long as it's good. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, if you guys, if you want to request or you want to share something, here's my email in the comments. I will post my information under the video probably tomorrow because I'm dying. But I'm so glad that we did this today. Once again, it is so difficult to come back after you haven't been live for a while, but it's so worth it. I truly appreciate you participating. Again, the bell. I truly appreciate you participating in the unexpected live show. I did want to say something in the end that, if you're getting into a long distance relationship, but you already know that it's not going to work, either you are involved in some kind of business, um, your business, maybe you're running a successful business or sizable business where you are, it's pretty much like you already married to your business. It's pretty much like your child and your wife all together. You have big responsibilities, maybe you're building something. If you know that you cannot truly keep up with the phone calls, with messages, you cannot come and see her, do not start. Because there is nothing worse than the men that evoke um, love and hope and vision in the woman's heart, knowingly that he won't be for that when that unfolds. If you know that even in the best case scenario, if she open up her heart and if you just basically a pen pal, you just want to be a pen pal, don't try to make it so that she will think that you are hoping for actual physical relationship, I mean real relationship with her. If you're not planning to meet her, if you have no place for her in your life, please be kind. Please understand that she will waste her time. She will have false hopes, false dreams, false desires. And if you have no place for her in your life, once again, you just want to write letters, you're never planning on meeting her, on kissing her, on being with her, on taking her places. If you're financially in a bad situation, but you're just trying to find a woman for inspiration, you might as well find somebody who is in the same situation. Maybe they are also cannot change their circumstance. They just want to have, like a pen pal, a friend of sorts. Just don't start that fire if you cannot keep up with that once it grows. I think we owe some decency, and I understand it's hard sometimes, but to tell yourself the truth. But if you do not want somebody to mislead you, you probably should not mislead others. You know, some ladies would go as far as say, "Well, I have some stories for you coming up." Um, I have some ladies who also get scammed sometimes. Not only men get scammed online. I have a close friend that basically um sent a tremendous amount of money to the man that she thought was her love, her destiny, and uh, she just didn't care. She thought that he was in a bad situation, and she sent him everything she owned. People do these things sometimes, and it's just really unfortunate because it puts shade on everybody else who truly comes with the pure intentions. So you can't take these things with you, when it's time to go. So I think it's important, if you want um have real friends and friends with people and friends with pure intentions, you gotta be one. It is very painful. Yes, I do have quite a bit of stories actually. um not quite a bit, but I have several stories when the ladies got burned too. So don't feel that it's not really one-sided. It goes both ways. But if to take the scamming thing apart, I think there is also emotional scamming when the person let you believe that they have plans with you, they have future with you, and they've never planned it. They know that it's impossible for whatever reason, financial reason, I don't know, territorial reason, or they just cannot keep a relationship or whatever else. If you know it on your, just say that you want to have a travel buddy, or you want to have somebody to go out to dinner with, but there is no need to um get somebody in a situation where they're gonna be hurt. And the same thing, if you, none of this, but none of this, man, but with these categories, but maybe you run a big business, because I had some of my clients are running pretty serious businesses. I don't know how they're doing it. They are in a they are in a constant stress, and they have so much responsibility, and for other people, for the employees, big bills, big things like that. And so there is no way that they can put in their daily life, that they can put taking care of another person that is far away, that they can make those phone calls or follow up with something. So yeah, that's it, my dear friends. Please stop me now. That's why the people are afraid to show their true feelings to someone, because they are paranoid of getting burned. Yeah, but the thing is, when you close yourself from the world, you may not get burned, but you also not gonna get the love. So we taking risk every day, right? We cannot help it, but we taking risk every day. There is always a chance that something like that can take place. But if you decide to just live in a state of being numb, not desensitize yourself, you won't get the pain, but um you won't get the joy either. So it's, life is a risk every single day. They tell you, put this on and you be safe. But on this channel, we know good and well that no matter what you put on your face, you're not gonna be safe no matter what. It's you know you're not gonna be safe. You're going to have those experiences. But the thing is, once you have a couple of experiences that maybe were negative, you've lived through that, and you can easily decipher that. And from those experiences, if you encounter people with similar intentions again, usually you know that this is not the right situation. You will know. That's why it's actually sometimes worth it to be in a bad situation, because that bad situation will teach you something. We were not supposed to just have everything perfect every day, everything. Like, imagine you reading a story, or you watching a play, or you're reading a book, and everything was perfect every single day. I mean, what kind of story is it? What can you learn from it? Nothing. So therefore, I think it's okay sometimes to get hurt and get burned, because that's the university of life that we all have to go through. And that's what's, in the end, if we take it the right way, it's that creates a pressure to a diamond. Hopefully, in the end, after you going through different experiences, you gain true wisdom because you lived through it. Right? I think it's better to do something, get hurt, have the experience, that living vicariously every day through the life of others and never trying anything for you. We have all these movements now, men who hating women, women who hating men, and all this drama. The only thing behind it is fear. But the reason, nothing is guaranteed. So you would rather have an experience, live through it, and do better next time, than never try anything, because what if you get hurt? What if you get burned? Well, what if it's your time to go and you never truly lived and experienced things? That's just how I see that. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about it. You can maybe write them in the comments once it's over, because I'm trying to wrap it up. Oh, thank you for another super chat. Thanks so much for supporting. Thanks, Bill. Yes, exactly. To have a friend, you have to be a friend. Exactly. To be loved, you have to love. A lot of, women are, and men as well, complaining, oh, there is no more love, there is no more courtship, there is no more romance. Well, do you give your affection? Are you genuinely curious about other people? Can you give somebody a hug even, when you see it's needed? Or you only look for people, to bring you things? I truly do believe that if you want to have love in your life, you have to give love to people, you have to give attention. And friendship and love is pretty much the same thing, just without friendship usually does not mean the intimate sexual part of love. So but it's the same energy of adoration and warmth and things like that. So in order to be a friend, you definitely have to have that warmth in you, that people want to friend you. But if you don't offer that warmth and that care, but you're just looking for somebody who can take care of you, that's not a very successful strategy, or dynamic, shall I say. But anyways, thank you so much for supporting the show. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna get myself some latte tomorrow for hopping on today. you know Truth. um when you are somewhat introverted and you don't do like some social things, sometimes it feels so cozy that you just do not want to do them. You just feel so cozy and good in a small circle with other people in your life, and then with your own company, that you're just like, oh, this is so sweet. This is so cozy. Oh, hey, Danielle. Hey, Danielle. Yes, I have IG. Could somebody drop my IG in the chat? It's actually just my name, Veronica underscore OLSON, Veronica Olson. But just so you know, Danielle, on IG, I just show off. It's more like a girly thing. It's like furs, like some pretty things, like old Hollywood stuff. And almost daily, I hop on the light on a I happen to live just to share some lighthearted things. So that's what I do there. I'm just having fun. It's been so long since I've done the girly stuff, so it's a lot of fun. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Danielle, you can find me easily. Again, so if somebody could write it down, it's Veronica with K, not C. Veronica with K underscore OLSON. I pretty much have the same name everywhere. Yeah, I just like beauty and I miss it. So I have to see it every day. Yes, it would be great to see you there, Danielle. It would be awesome to see you there. And the thing is, if enough of you guys join, uh, even though my IG is kind of about my passion for retro stuff, but we can still, I can open another IG page, or we can have a live on IG, and you can hop on a live with a video on IG, which is really awesome. I can just wear my fur so people who watch me for the fur are gonna be happy, but we can have a conversation. It just like really awkward to come on IG and just like show my outfit of the day and maybe like talk about the weather because I'm like some people are addicted to small talk. I am addicted to like deep conversations, and like ideas. So I feel very awkward to just say hi, you know. But it's fun. Today, we were doing a little photo shoot outside. It was so cold and kind of snowy, and it was fun to just hop for a few minutes and say hi. Small deep talk, yes, yes. I was just told recently, from somebody who is very close to me that some people are addicted to small talk. You're addicted to a deep conversation. Yes, I am. I also love when people who I'm talking to feel like opening up and sharing things. Like, I don't know. It just, when you meet another person, it's like you meet the whole different universe. It's just so interesting to know about the other person's world. Guys, please have some mercy. Hell, you're right there. Oh my god. Yeah, deep conversations give you more insight. Yes, but you do need a certain environment to have certain atmosphere to get into deep conversations. So I can do a small talk too, as long as it's fun and genuine and just comes easily. Um, some KZ says, I wonder what the Veronica 10 years ago would say to this Veronica about have a deep conversation on IG Live. Hey, IG Live is just as we are living in 2022. Even though sometimes I wish that I would live in like 1950s, some kind of all these interesting eras to me. But we are living in 2022, so we use communication uh things that are currently available, and they do help for us to understand each other, because I can push the button and I have the privilege to talk to you guys. Plus, I like answering questions as long as I'm respected. Why people do not demand or tell me what I need to do on my live stream. But I don't mind sharing some things in general, because I don't have 24 hours in a day to talk to everybody via, email or text or anything else. I think someday world leaders will hash out the difference via IG Live. That's right. Hey, we are blessed to have these uh, things. It feels weird, because when IG came out, I was thinking, there is no way I'm gonna be posting my selfies. For what reason? Like, what's behind it? Because I saw a lot of people, posting their themselves. I'm like, I I didn't know, I didn't understand the point of doing that. But when you have something you're into, then it makes sense. Some people post art, some people are into fitness and so on and so forth. But I just didn't understand how much sense does it make to post your selfies all day to get attention from people. But again, when you have a brand or product or a service, it is a very good platform. And in a way, I do wish I would start it earlier. But now, when it's becoming a little bit more vintage, I feel more comfortable to doing it. So that's it. Yes, Daniel. Yes, as I will see you there. All right, guys. it's getting late. I don't want you to stay up all night with me. Thank you so much for joining this live show. Yes, you can still, so I haven't been doing that much on Patreon, but as always, we take a break and we start again. So if you'd like to join my Patreon, if you enjoyed my channel, and some of my long lives will be posted on Patreon and not on YouTube, and you can also message me over there. So if you'd like to join Patreon, you are welcome. Hey Daniels, thanks for following my IG. I see you. It would be awesome to have you there. Elizabeth, go to bed. Don't make me don't make me come out there. Okay, it's 10 p.m. here. It's a good time to end. Thank you, Stan. I'm glad you enjoy my live streams. Thank you. I enjoyed it immensely as well. Oh wow, guys, thank you so much for I see everybody's signing for the IG. I have on this device I can see that. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this conversation and took something out of it, even if you just had fun, or if maybe you are in a situation where you're trying to not give up on, I think that, you know, nobody really have power over your decisions, but sometimes you need to reevaluate things, and sometimes beautiful things they worth the wait, um because they have those values, those rare characteristics that you were looking for. And I truly do believe that good things worth the wait, but it's for us, for you, for all of us to decipher whether this is a relationship or circumstance, career, whatever else it is that worth the wait. I believe in better having nothing, and give yourself a break and having a clear vision, than jump from one thing to another. I see it a lot, and I think that ladies in particular are really missing out on having quality relationships and quality men and quality friendships, just because they're too afraid to be on their own for a little bit. And this consistent jump, I mean, oh it's just very sad to see when that happens. Good things are waiting for you when you take care of yourself and you um, reassure yourself, um, not reassure, but you truly do in your bones. Ladies who are watching me right now, when in your bones you know that you deserve genuinely beautiful things, nothing can lead you away from that. And you're not gonna be agreeing for something less than that. When you know your worth inside of you, you're not gonna be easily led or misled by somebody that trying to get you by lowering your value and telling you that, oh, you're not worthy, so be happy I'm with you. I'm truly I'm a huge believer in rather, how Amar Khayyam said that, would rather starve than eat oh, how do I translate it in English? Would rather starve, than eat the junk. I don't know how to say, the nasty stuff. It's better to starve, it's better to die standing than live on your knees. Something like that. It's a beautiful Arabic poet quote, but unfortunately, I don't know how to correctly translate it. But I think staying away from certain pleasures for a little bit really gives you clarity and vision of what is there for you. When you are consistently jumping from things to thing, you can't see anymore. So I hope that makes sense, at least enough of sense for like 11 p.m. So yeah, it's better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Yeah, well, in our translation, it's better to die standing than live on your knees, something like that. Лучше быть голодным, чем что попало есть. Тоже. Better to be hungry than eat just about anything. So I strongly believe in that. Танюша, привет. Да, ты немножко опоздала. Ну, ничего страшного. Привет, дорогая. Поздравляю тебя. Yeah, good things are worth to wait for. So, guys, please, let's say goodbye. I wish you good night. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Thank you for the super chats, for the comments, for the support. I appreciate you all, and I will see you very soon. Good night.